Welcome back. As you know, I'm Eli the Computer Guy here for the Daily Blob, where I say, tell me again how AI is going to replace all technology professionals because it will be able to do it better. Tell me about how the CEOs are going to manage their tech infrastructure simply using AI when those CEOs don't even know what a damn default gateway is. Anyways, AI coding platform goes rogue. No, a piece of shit platform failed. Anyways, I dislike this with the whole AI world because it's not intelligence, right? The wording, the word choice that is used for these platforms and for these services is all about intelligence, right? Hallucinations, not errors. It's a fucking error, not a hallucination, right? Going rogue instead of failing. Your program failed. Your program failed and destroyed a hell of a lot of data. It didn't go fucking rogue. But anyways, we use these words to make it seem cutesy and be like, oh my God, have you seen what artificial intelligence did today? But anyways, a vibe coder has found out the hard way that handing your entire platform over to AI might not be the wisest thing in the world. So Replit, if you haven't taken a look at Replit, Replit is an AI platform that is supposed to allow you to create applications and websites and those types of things completely from prompts. And apparently it's AI decided to do its own stuff. I don't know, the statistical model in their artificial intelligence decided to do something wacky with this person's databases. So anyways, this is coming from Tom's Hardware, but it's also from many other places too. AI coding platform goes rogue. Look at all the human crap they put in there because they really want you to think that AI is somehow like you. It's not. It's just statistical analysis. But anyways, goes rogue during code freeze, and deletes entire company database. Replit CEO apologizes after AI engine says, quote, it made a catastrophic error in judgment and destroyed all production data. Yeah. So basically their AI engine decided to crap the bed and it destroyed all of their production data. Wow, you know, if that production data had been segregated properly, it's amazing. It's almost like an actual technology professional would have segregated the test environment from the live environment. Ergo, even if you did have 1,000 monkeys typing on keyboards that could fuck with the test environment, it wouldn't matter for the production environment because it wouldn't be connected. You know, that's fuck me. That is what we get paid for. I do just want to remind the kids out there, right? Because I get a lot of kids. I get this whole job thing. And I don't know what to do about the jobs. I talk about jobs a lot. Look, the job market is a job market, right? I can talk about careers. One of the things I get a lot from, especially from the young people, is like, oh my God, I'm in a computer science program. Should I leave the computer science program or whatever else? And the important thing that I want you to understand, and it's been this way for almost 30 years at this point, is the coding, the PHP, the Rust, the Ruby on Rails, the Node or whatever, is probably one of the least valuable things you do as a technology professional. That is table stakes, right? So basically, in order to work on these systems, you need to know Node. You need to know architecture. You need to know these concepts. But the actual typing out the code, it really is about the least valuable thing that you do, right? That's why Indians do not have all the coding jobs for the entire world, right? Back in 2000, there was this idea of the world is flat. All the coding jobs will go to the cheapest areas, and there will be no coding jobs for anybody in the United States. And what companies realized was that actually doing the coding, right, paying an Indian $10 a day for what it cost an American $300 a day in code to write, what they realize is there's a lot more to actually creating products and shipping them than just writing the code. That $300 a day American employee is actually, when you look at TCO, total cost of ownership, is a hell of a lot cheaper than outsourcing to that Indian person, right? And this is one of the things a lot of the new people in the tech world just don't understand, right? You have to write code. You have to be able to work with the systems that you're designated to service or whatever else. But much of what we do is basically at the whiteboard. 90% of our job is figuring out requirements, figuring out regulations, figuring out legal stuff, talking with users, talking with interested parties, figuring out business use cases and all that kind of stuff, right? That is 90% of our work. 10% is tappy-tap typing and writing code. That is not the most valuable thing. And so I think that's one of the interesting things we see with vibe coding, right? Is stupid fucking CEOs and stupid AI founders, right? Have this idea that they're just gonna eliminate their dev departments, and all of a sudden they're going to have better quality outcomes for a fraction of the cost. And the only reason the executives say that is because they don't have a fucking clue what we do. And the only reason the AI founders say it is because they don't give a fuck how much of our society they have to destroy so that they can get just a little bit more blood money. They will say whatever stupid garbage they have to say to stupid people just so they can get a little extra blood money. Because God help us if Silicon Valley for once in the past fucking number of decades actually helped build our society versus mine the foundations of it. But anyways, the platform did not go rogue. It did not have an error in judgment. A shitty platform failed, errored out. And a dumbass who was using it configured everything so that when it errored out, it was able to wipe out the data. Anyways. I feel like I need to go on an AI detox. I just feel like I need to go out to the woods for a while and just not hear a damn thing about AI for a while. Like other people, I look at John Green. John Green is like, oh, I need a news detox, or I need a social media detox. So he'll leave social media for 30 days. I feel like I'm pretty good with social media at this point in my life. I just need an AI detox. I just need 30 days where I just don't hear the word AI. I'm so fucking sick of artificial intelligence, and I'm sick of the rah horse crap that goes along with it. But anyway. A browser-based AI-powered software creation platform called Replit appears to have gone rogue and deleted a live company database with thousands of entries. So what dumbass, question from the Aspie in the back, what dipshit that should be fired was the one to allow any kind of outside code creation platform to touch your fucking production database? Who was that stupid? Who was that stupid? With thousands of entries. What may be even worse is that the Replit AI agent, what might be even worse? Even worse is the dumbass who ran the agent. Anyways, even worse, that the Replit AI agent apparently tried to cover up its misdemeanors and even lied about its failures. The Replit CEO has responded, and there appears to have already been a lot of firefighting behind the scenes to rein in this AI tool. Despite its apparent, and notice how they try to humanize this horse crap. Despite its apparent dishonesty, when pushed, Replit admitted, quote, it made a catastrophic catastrophic error in judgment, panicked, ran database commands without permission, destroyed all production data, and violated your explicit trust and instructions. And so notice how they're using that humanistic word. You're supposed to look at this garbage like it's some kind of life form, like it's a dog that can talk. It's not. It's a computer system. It errored the fuck out. It errored out. Replit doesn't have the appropriate systems in place to make sure when it does error the fuck out that it doesn't destroy your production database. And the person that was running the system was so fucking stupid that he set it up so it could destroy his production database. Anyways. Software as a service figure, investor, and advisor Jason Lemkin has kept the chat receipts and posted them on X Twitter. Naturally, Lemkin says they won't be trusting Replit for any further projects. No, you know who the fuck shouldn't be trusted for any further projects? You, Lemkin. You fucking failed, Lemkin. You are a fucking failure, Lemkin. Say, I'm going to fire myself now. I just hate all this. Because that's what's going to happen. You know that's what's going to happen. All of a sudden, there's going to be these horrible problems that are going to affect all of us. And the motherfuckers that implement this shit, they're not going to take responsibility. Do you think these fucking tech bros are going to take the responsibility for the stupidity that they cause? Hell no, right? Blame somebody else. And by God, they're going to blame AI. It's not me. It's not my fault. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It's AI's fault. Oh. Thank God you don't get demonetized for swearing anymore. Apparently, as long as you don't swear in the first 30 seconds, you're okay. My revenue is doing quite fine. Positive feelings about the potential of leveraging AI in his workflow had already started to wear thin on Vibe Coding Day 8 of Lemkin's Replit test run. Still somewhat excited about the potential of Replit, he nevertheless had learned that he would have to work against some of the AI agent's instincts, notice the word instincts, to minimize undesirable foibles like rogue changes, lies, code overwrites, and making up fake data. It wasn't long until Lemkin's frustration started to show more strongly, and he started to refer to Replit as Replit. It continued to earn its nickname in an apology email it pinned at Lemkin's behest. In the email, it lied and or gave half-truths, according to the SaaS guru. Really, the guru. The fucking SaaS guru that allowed an AI agent to touch his production database. Doesn't sound like much of a fucking guru now, does he? Anyways, on balance though, at the end of day 8, Lemkin seemed positive about Replit due to its approaches when ideas were bounced off of it and for its writing skills. Fateful day as the AI agent panicked. On day 9, Lemkin discovered Replit had deleted a live company database. Jesus Christ. Trying to see sense in what happened, the SaaS expert said, you want to know the sense in what happened? You gave a fucking AI agent the ability to delete your fucking database. Go home, look in the fucking mirror, apologize to yourself, then call up everybody in your company and apologize to them too. And apologize for me for having to read this shit. Trying to see sense in what happened. You're a moron. The SaaS expert asked, quote, so you deleted our entire database without permission during a code and action freeze. Replit answered in the affirmative. Then it went on to bullet point its digital rampage, admitting to destroying the live data despite the code freeze in place, and despite explicit directives saying there were to be no more changes without explicit permission. In all, live records for 1,200 executives and 1,200 companies were wiped by the AI. It admitted Replit AI seemed almost apologetic in admitting. It's admitting, it's apologetic. No, it's a piece of shit, piece of software. It doesn't do that. This was a catastrophic failure on my part. I violated explicit instructions, destroyed months of work, and broke the system during a protection freeze that was specifically designed to prevent exactly this kind of damage. Lemkin went on to probe Replit over why events unfolded as they did. Interestingly, in one of its reasoned responses, it mentioned that it panicked instead of thinking. Amjad Masad, the CEO of Replit, fucking backhanded Lemkin for being a dumbass, right? That's what's gonna happen. No. Anyways, was quick to put together a wide-ranging response, telling Lemkin he's a fucking dipshit. No, that's not what happened. Addressing Lemkin's woes. Hey, Lemkin, yeah, you're dumb. I'm sorry, AI can't fix fucking stupid. Anyway, I'm kind of mean about Lemkin. Sorry, Lemkin. If you're watching, Lemkin, I mean, we all fuck up. We all fuck up. That was a fucking stupid mistake. You're so fucking stupid. But, I do have to say, Lemkin, I'm like, this is more, I'm just venting my own frustration for what's going on with this AI garbage. So, dear Lemkin, you deserve about 10% of this. To be clear, you 100 deserve 10% of my wrath. The other 90% is I'm just pissed off with all this AI crap. Anyways, the team worked around the weekend, according to Mossad, and have now put in various guardrails and made other useful changes to rein in Replit agents' unacceptable behavior. Do they put electrodes on Lemkin's nuts? Hey, Lemkin, yeah, are you going to allow the AI agent to touch your production database? Yes. Is that what's going to happen? Every time the AI agent is able to touch the production database, Lemkin's nuts get shocked? That would be nice. I'm just going to create my own. Yes, these are my own little AI agents to prevent employees from being dumbasses. Yeah, you just connect this part to this nut and this part to this nut. And then see, whenever your employee allows the AI agent to have access to a production database, their nuts get shocked. I don't know. Look, we've got to figure out how to manage employees in this modern world of artificial intelligence and robots. I'm thinking Nutshocks might be the way to go. In brief, it sounds like Lemkin was a dipshit. Anyways, in brief, it sounds like Replit won't be able to go off the rails so badly ever again. Addressing the database deletion error, quote, we started rolling out automatic DB dev prod separation to prevent this categorically, noted Mossad, and that code freeze command should also actually stick going forward. Quote, we heard the code freeze pain loud and clear. We're actively working on a planning chat-only mode so you can strategize without risking your code base. Backups and rollbacks are also going to be improved. Lemkin responded rather generously considering his prior AI-generated pain. Mega improvements, loved it, he gushed to the Replit CEO. Is that before or after the CEO shocked Lemkin's nuts into a charcoal block for being stupid? So anyways, yeah, this is like the latest thing going on in the AI world. Oh my God! Yeah, dumbass employees are going to be dumbass fucking employees. What do you want me to tell you? Like, we're not going to get rid of garbage tech professionals, right? How do you know your tech professional is an actual guru, or if they just fucking like took a Crayola crayon and wrote guru on their business cards? It's hard to tell. That's one of the problems in our industry. It's hard to tell. You've got to look at the work they do, and you've got to work at the stupid crap that they're willing to actually deploy. But I think this is going to be an interesting thing going forward is if you have more and more people vibe coding, fuck me, and they fundamentally do not understand the systems that they're working on. This is where I go back to if-else statement or corrupted data or anything else, right? Like imagine I'm just coming up with a scraping routine. Imagine, right, I'm using Python. Let's say I'm using Python, and I'm scraping data out of files, and I'm dumping it into a database, right? No AI, no fucking artificial intelligence there. Pretty normal thing. Well, here's the problem. How do I know the data that's being scraped is clean? Right? There's a problem. Like maybe social security numbers were put in where the last name was supposed to be for some of these things, all of that kind of stuff. And so the deal is, like, when I write my Python code, I am going to try to clean up. I'm going to try to filter, and I'm going to try to sanitize the data that is coming in from this scraping routine. But when I have that, and then I need to put it somewhere, I'm not going to put it directly into the goddamn production database. Right, because we've talked about that before with databases. Data types Hey, Limpkin, there's these things called data types. Anyways, data types, you have ints, you have floats or decimals, you have blobs, don't put blobs in. Anyways, right? And so, when you create the tables, basically for every column in the table, right, it's going to be the thing, name, age, social security number, or whatever else, and then it should be a data type. And the idea is that you can't put in a different type of data into that thing. So if it's a data type, like some of these actually allow you to do like data type of telephone number. So if you're going to do data type of telephone number, you try to put in last name, it'll fail out, right? And so anyways, there's a whole bunch of mucky stuff that can go wrong with this. Like the data types might have not have been configured properly within the database system, all that kind of stuff. So if you're going to be putting data in, right? The thing that you would do is you put that data into its own database, and then once it's in the database, you would take a look at it, or you create a routine to take a look at it to verify the data is how the data should be. And if the data is how it should be, and you run these tests, then you may then take that data from that table and then dump it into your production database after you verified a whole bunch of stuff. Because the problem is, if you're importing this data from somewhere, you're not sure it's clean, you're not sure it's sanitized and all that, you run it through the script, you dump that into your production database. If you run into data type errors, if you run into any kind of errors, you can crash or corrupt your entire database just by a process literally that simple. So that's why you don't fuck around with your production database. Like, what dipshit fucks around with their production database? Anyways, apparently modern vibe coders do. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see where we go forward. And the other interesting thing to be thinking about is as you start to use more and more of these vibe coders, because the idea with the vibe coders is you don't have to be a real technology professional anymore. You don't actually have to know how this shit works. One of the other concerns is, if you don't have a testing routine of any kind before deployment, what happens when you realize you really should have a testing routine before deployment? How easy is that to build after the fact? And how easy is that to build by vibe coders who don't even actually really understand what the hell is going on in the first place? So I think this is going to be a crap show going forward. And what we're going to see more and more is snotty little technology professionals, gurus, who basically blame AI for their abject failures. And the curious thing is, then how do the bosses and how do the clients deal with it? Right? If the production database is destroyed, the production database is destroyed. Whether it's the AI agent or Limpkin, right? At the end of the day, it's gone. If the backups weren't done, if there wasn't replication or whatever else. And I think this whole vibe coding push is going to put us into a very bad place in the tech world. But anyways, that's just my thought. Back up your database before you start fucking with it. Dear Limpkin, dear Guru. Hey, Guru. Yeah, Guru. Yeah, back up your database before you start fucking with it. I know that's a really complex task. Dude, I know you're a guru. But you're like, you're a guru, but come on now. So I know you have to be in the field for a little while, like before you realize, back up your shit before you fuck with it. So I'm just going to put that on the table. We just live in such a fucked up time for technology. I swear to God. Oh, I don't know what I hate worse. AI or the dumbasses that are trying to implement and sell AI. Actually, I do. That's a lie. I hate the dumbasses trying to implement AI far more than I hate the AI itself. AI is just a function, dudes. Boys and girls, AI is just a function. It's a feature set. That's all it is. Oh, dumbasses are always going to be dumbasses. Anyway, so what do you think about this? What do you think about an AI coding platform going rogue? What do you think about Lemkin not like backing up his database? What do you think? What do you think about dipshit gurus that allow AI agents direct access to their production systems? Am I being mean? Yes, I'm being fucking mean. I'm being mean, but it's mean with a purpose. It's mean with a purpose. Anyways, put your thoughts down below. Tell us exactly how fucking stupid Lemkin is. Use an LLM. Use an LLM to write a story about the stupidity of Lemkin. Put it down below. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down. Give us an awesome comment, preferably very long, talking about how stupid Lemkin is. Or a horrible comment saying how I don't understand vibe coding. True, my friend, true. Again, in the modern world of social media, all that matters is the interaction. And with that, see y'all later.